there, and welcome to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. Today's hangout is with a difference. Guess what? We've been able to go to 9 cities now across the nation. When I say 9 cities, they are the regional capitals of 9 regional cities across the nation. And guess what? We just finished with KJB. And what happened in KJB was simply mind-blowing. Therefore, after KJB, what's happening next? And then we realized that the bell was calling from where? From Ho. So we hopped straight to Ho, and we came to meet the most amazing young entrepreneur ever. He is the person of Desmond Kitsi. He runs his own IT company here in Ho. Why did he choose to do that? He has a foundation as well. Therefore, if you are like me and you are curious to know about what happens in the engine for Genius IT Brainery school or in the foundation, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Learn something new every week and be inspired by innovations, impact, and success stories of individuals making strides in the agricultural, agribusiness, technical, and vocational skills sectors on Ghana Grows Ejuma with Arabo Kumsin and Yabitha. Join us this and every Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. at Ghana Grows, also at Comfort Ocran A and at Albert N.E. Ocran. On Fridays at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Sundays at 5:45 p.m. on TV3. Ghana Grows is an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. If you are a young person and you want to be a part of our various interventions, call or WhatsApp Ghana Grows call center on 0308 255 775. Follow us on all our social media handles. Ghana Grows Ejuma. Hope Day.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. As you know, the Springboard Hangout is an initiative of the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with the Ghana Grows program. MasterCard Foundation initiated the Ghana Grows program, and so far we've been able to onboard 500,000 plus participants on the Ghana Grows program, and it's going bigger and better. And you know, you have to be part of it. As part of the program, we are going on the Springboard Roadshow 2025, and we have gone round 9 capital cities. Today we are in Ho, and we are going to have so much fun. Here we are in the brainchild of someone who calls his school Genius IT Brainery. Why Genius IT Brainery? And by the way, he is Desmond Kitsi.
All right, thank you so much. The idea of Genius IT Brainery was birthed because I believe that every young person is having something special, and we need to focus on unearthing the uniqueness of everyone and creating the space for them to become the best of themselves, because without you, the world is not complete. So we believe that every young person must begin to discover what makes them special, what makes them very unique, so that once we are able to build that, our contributions to the world will be so unique and relevant.
Relevance, uniqueness, and that is what you believe that every young person does cover. So when did you decide to set up the school? Was there an antecedent that led to the school, or you started straight from the school?
All right, so growing up as a young child, I've always found myself in leadership positions. So I've always interacted with people, and mysteriously, I think I seem to discover a lot of gaps in our thinking. I've seen a lot of gaps in our reasoning, how we see ourselves, how we perceive who we are, especially as Africans. So I've always been looking for an avenue to ignite change, to ignite that ability of young people to see their worth, So that is what made me to start thinking of what to do, actually. What can put me in that position to effect the change that I want to see. So it's not enough to just think about it, but you need to take action. So I think with my passion in IT, then I told myself that then if that is what I can do, then let me leverage that to make the impact that I can make. And that is what has led to the Genius IT Brainery. Previously, I wanted to engage in some services, but I realized that the people that you want to even provide the services for don't know about the service that you want to provide.
They are not aware that something like that is needed.
Exactly. So I found out that we need to provide more education so that even we can create more opportunities for young people who have built their competence in these areas to have the market to sell their services to. And that is one of the reasons to that birthed the Genius IT Brainery.
Right.
Yeah.
So I see here pull up for Genius IT Foundation. Is there any connection? Did the IT Brainery birth the foundation or vice versa?
So it's quite complicated.
Let's decomplicate things.
So we started off with the Genius IT Foundation before the Brainery was birthed.
Right.
But then the reason why the foundation came up first was the reverse of the ideology that you should start a profit-making venture before you set up a foundation where you can reach out to those who may need your services or support but may not afford. But then I realized that as Africans, we are dependent instead of being independent. And when I did a little bit of study, I realized that we have what it takes to make the change that we want to make. And yet we are unable to see from within. So I said, okay, then why don't I quantify what I have and give it out? So I quantified my competencies, I quantified my skills, and I gave that out to the community. And I said, okay, this Genius IT Foundation, and if I have 50 years to live, and if 30 years of my 50 years of existence would mean that I have to wait till 50 years is over before I make a change, then all those people who should benefit from the change will not benefit.
Yeah.
So you'd have to start something immediately. So the foundation was actually my skills and competence together with my colleagues that came together to start something. And
what did you render?
So basically, we're going into the IT, we're training people, building people's competencies, and promoting cybersecurity. Since we are moving to the tech space, we need to protect the people we are introducing to the tech space so that we don't just jump onto these platforms unaware of the consequences. So that's how we started. And we've seen massive improvement. We've seen impact. We've had stories of people whose lives have been transformed. People who, in one word to say, coming for IT training, but at the end of the day, realize that the IT is just a tool in the hand of the user. And the user who possesses the tools needs to be in a certain state to make use and make worthy the tools that is given to him or her. So it's been a journey of impact beyond just IT skills training. Like I said earlier, looking for a conduit to make impact, looking for an avenue. So whatever I have in my hand, we're going to use it.
So you done this for how many years?
I'll say up to about 10 years now, but officially we'll say 6 years because it started off at some point and then officially became
the foundation, and then you had the Brainery. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll talk to Desmond to give us a little bit more. How was he able to build, and what has he learned in that process of building Genius IT Brainery? We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. So we're having a very lovely conversation here in IT Brainery School. And it's a place in Ho in the Volta region, started by a very ambitious young man. Desmond, you started this since 2016, right?
Yeah.
So let's say about since 2016, informally, and then we formalized it down the line, which happens to most cases.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are some of the things that you have learned along this journey?
All right. So in my journey to establish these two institutions, organizations, I've realized that life is about vision.
Vision.
Yeah. And your vision should be big enough to keep you going. And your vision shouldn't look like you. It should be something that would definitely transform you when it's realized. So this is not how I was. This is not how I used to speak. But from where I started from to where I am now, I've seen great transformation.
I love that.
Yes. I could struggle to speak, to interface people, to speak and make sense to them. But today the story has changed. I'm able to make more impact. I could speak to thousands of people. So I've seen a lot of transformation.
In the concept of Genius IT Brainery, you bring in young people up in the IT space. Yeah. What type? I mean, because we all know that the IT technology space is very wide and vast.
Broad, yeah.
So where do you play most of the time? Where does your institution play most of the time?
All right. So we have the vision to become the pipeline for tech talents from the Volta region to interface the global market. So we should be able to build talent here that can fit anywhere in the world.
Love that.
But then we realized that there is a shortage in terms of the introduction to basic computing. So we need to start from somewhere. We need to get the people off the ground so they can appreciate the advanced career paths in the tech space. So even though we have advanced courses in software development, mobile app development, cybersecurity, so far our work has been to build the foundation of young people. And because we are operating here in the Volta region, it's become our catchment area. And this is where we are making an impact from.
Okay.
Even though we've had students come all the way from Accra and other parts of the country to come down here to school with us, we are still focusing on building a very strong base so that most of these advanced programs that we believe has the potential to transform their lives and give them the exposure they need will make sense to them. So far, we've worked a lot on the basics, and that is what we are still doing. And we'll still keep doing that since we have new people coming up, getting exposed to the tech space.
Approximately how many people do we have in a class?
So it varies.
In a cohort?
Yeah, it varies a lot. Sometimes you can have 3 people in a class. Sometimes you can have up to 25.
Wow.
Sometimes you can have up to 50 in a class. So it depends on the times and the seasons, you know.
That is why we know how to abase and we know how to abound.
And because of our commitment, even if it's a student, we are still committed.
Yeah.
If it's March, we are still committed.
Fantastic.
So the number doesn't matter. Once you come in, we are committed to giving you the best.
And how long does the class, the curriculum, how long is your curriculum? Is it 5 weeks? Is it 2 weeks?
So the least you can find is 12 weeks, which is 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 3 months, we have 6 months. We are working on 1 year, 2 years programs for diplomas and moving on from there.
Are you accredited with any institution?
Yes, so far we are NVT accredited and working on other partnerships to support this accreditation and also increasing or improving on accreditation with other institutions as well.
What levels of certification do you give, NVTI certification do you give to your learners in your school?
All right, so we currently have the Set 1 and 2,
right?
Depending on the level of education of the people that come in here. Okay. So, and then always we have the independent certification where you come in and learn, and we are able to certify you that you have gone through this learning as a way of testimony of your learning. And that is because we understand that the tech space is expanding and knowledge is growing. Change is happening very fast.
Extremely.
And we need to quickly step in to help people transition faster or become more efficient at what they do.
Yeah.
So not everybody may want a certification for employment, but some a testimonial for being competent at what their professions are. So we have this 3-tier testimonial path that we have taken. So those who want to take level 1 or 2 exams, they take it, and then NVTI will give them the certification for that. But those who come in to make themselves better, we also make sure that we give them a good testimonial, which equally states that it's coming from an NVTI accredited institution.
Love that. So, Desmond, you have worked at this. You've hinted a little bit at some possible challenges that you faced. But I just want to find out, is there one particular challenge which you faced that you were like, this is it, I'm quote unquote dead?
Well, I think everything in the entrepreneurial space is challenging. So I wouldn't say there is something most definite that could make you want to give up. Is it about funding? Funding, I've come to understand that funding is more of like money given to you to run your business, but on what? You need a system, you need a structure. So most of the challenges that I have faced were challenges with myself, my limited knowledge, my limited experience, because the more you learn, you realize that the things you saw as challenges become easy to step on or step over. So the challenges are there, but I think probably I just chose to, focus on the brighter side of life and run the vision no matter what it means. So, yeah, that has been the experience so far.
You're making me fall in love with you. No, because honestly, I mean, seriously, usually when you talk to some people, they're like, yeah, and it's almost like they almost laid onto the ground and now it's the end of the world, But, you have this concept. I don't know whether it's your faith, but you have this concept which says that it's part of what helps you become better.
Yeah.
It's part of what helps you become greater.
Yeah.
So yes, come along. I mean, it's almost like you're saying, Charlie, bring it on. Because I will grow as a result.
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate entrepreneur
Yeah.
who sees that in order to grow, in order to move from one level to the other, I need to pass through certain things. And those things make me become stronger. So, Charlie, this one, I'll shake your hand. No, I'll shake your hand. So, if you're telling me about the future, what does the future for you look like?
Well, the future is more global, it's African. And we are looking at adopting strategies, new strategies that would position us to produce the workforce that is capable of managing the affairs of the African continent. Because before I started Genius IT, I took out time to do some study. So I studied MIT, I studied Stanford, I studied Harvard, I studied Oxford, I studied at Chelsea University, Academic City University, KNUST, and I realized that the people they train don't produce from the classroom. They go to class to study, but there is something that goes on in the classroom. When they leave, they go out to produce, and the production is what makes the institutions great. So I also discovered that in Africa, we chase certification, and then we postpone the competence or the innovation.
Yeah.
But out there, you realize that they are more innovation-oriented, and they are only looking for avenues to back it and make it relevant, So we're looking at a global standard for education for Africa, where our education is not centered on the prosperity of one nation, but we train young people for the African continent. So it becomes easy to unite Africa instead of just growing young people for a community or for a nation. So Ghana shouldn't be the best at something for the sake of it being the best in Africa, but the leaders of Africa should be leaders for Africa, even though you may be based in a nation, but you should be African. And our innovation should span different continents, So that is the focus.
That's what I mean. This future, I mean, from what you described to me,
Yeah.
this really looks really fantastic. I mean, as someone would say, it looks ginormous, and I can't wait to come here in about 10 or 15 years time and see how you've been able to transform even this location that you have. In my mind, when I sat here and we were having the conversation, somehow the idea about Silicon Valley and how much of an impact it has on the the IT space, and I can just imagine us having not replicated, done our own, grown our own, expanded our own, and being able to provide very important technological tools for the expansion and growth of Africa.
Yeah.
And I believe I'll be looking forward to that story.
Yes, sure. It's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline. We believe that what we need now is institutions that can institutionalize the results that we want at the end of the day. So if it's not there, that means God is placing that in our hearts to build the system that can produce such results.
Yeah.
Yes. So once it's a burden on us, then we have to find a way out and make it materialize. So we are still on it. Yeah.
We're still on it, and because we are still on it, we are also still on the recording. So we're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll find out more from Desmond. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back from the break to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. We've had the privilege of listening to the visionary behind Genius IT here in Ho, in the Volta region. It was on the wings of the Springboard Roadshow 2025 that we have been to 9 cities so far, and we are now in Ho, in the Volta region. And I can tell you, Desmond, with whom we're having this conversation, has been a real fresh of breath air about what is possible in the in the Volta region, especially here in Ho, and especially in the IT field, which all of us agree that it is the next space to conquer. So, in your plan or in your perception, what are 3 key things that you believe should be in place to enable us achieve the Ho Valley dream?
All right. So I'll start by saying that even though Genius IT is based in Ho, we are just in a location in Ghana.
Yeah.
So Genius IT is for Ghanaians. It's for Ghana. It's not just for the people of Ho. So whatever we are doing here, we are looking at it expanding to accommodate people from every part of Ghana. We are working hard to even begin to get students from outside Ghana coming down here to study.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just like any other university would have students, foreign students, being part of what they are doing. So once we're able to build a model that works, we should have students coming from any part of the continent to come in here to come and study. So that's one thing that we are working very hard to achieve.
So that is the training?
Yeah, the
or
training,
capacity building.
Exactly. One of our focus areas is audacity, moral audacity. You know, when you put a young man on a team, on a table with anyone from any part of the world, they should be able to make a statement. We should be able to fight for what is ours and get it. Our voices should matter. So we need to lead by first identifying who we are, taking advantage of what we have, and then being able to build out of nothing. Even if the opportunities are limited, we should be able to either create our own opportunities and make it available to many more people to have access to. And the third one is that we are looking out for young people who can be profitable. And that is the third arm, which is the third pillar, the entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship here to us is not just about starting a business.
No.
It's about profitability.
Yeah.
If you work for someone, you must find a way to be profitable. So everything that young people like myself do, we must always have profitability in mind.
Yeah.
So we have a different attitude towards it. And once our attitude changes, everything else begins to change. So profitability. And then also the entrepreneurship itself, which is to run a profitable business. We need to learn how to do that as well. So our enterprises should begin to span beyond the borders of Ghana. We should be able to export our services and our product. And we should be able to create more millionaires and billionaires right here in Ghana, so that Africa and Ghana can become a rich place, a place that everybody would want to come down to, instead of us wanting to go out there and see what is happening there. Yeah.
So if we're looking at our entrepreneurship, our leadership, as well as our capacity building, what ideas or what thoughts would you like to leave with anyone watching us today? What 3 ideas would you like to leave with any young person watching this program today? And maybe says that maybe those of us in Hono, life is easy for us. What would you say?
Okay, so firstly, I would say that if you're a young person watching this show, you should believe that there is something unique about you. And that is the starting point of everything. You need to know who you are. You need to know what you carry. And number 2, you must be prepared to do the work that what you carry demands. We have people who are gifted, and we have people who have trained to the point of them looking like they are gifted. Yet everybody has a unique ability. So 2, let's focus on what is within us, and let's unearth that thing that we have within us. Then number 3, let's not stop learning. Let's not stop grinding. Let's begin to see life as a fight. Life is not easy. It won't come to you the way you want it. You have to fight for it. And don't die with nothing giving back to society. We all have something. So whatever it is that you are studying in the university, as an apprentice anywhere, you must look at the numbers in mind. Look at the number of Ghanaians we have. Look at the number of people we have in Africa, and see what you are doing as a conduit to touch these lives individually. I chose to use IT because that is what I do, and I'm seeing transformation in that area. Maybe you are a seamstress, and that is what you do. You can take advantage of that and build something that the African continent will marvel at. You know? So it starts from here to here, then to here.
Start from the brain, you go to the heart, and then you use your hands to actualize that which you have conceptualized to do. Today has been a beautiful conversation, Desmond.
Thank you.
And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to meet you. I can't wait to hear, tell, and have my eyes open about the Desmond that I'll see in the next 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
It's really a privilege meeting you today.
A privilege too.
Yes, indeed. And therefore, today's edition has shown you what is happening live and colored here in Ho in the Volta region. So you're sitting there. What are you also doing? What story do you have that you give me the privilege of interacting with you and bringing your story out to the world? Get in touch with us in our comment section, or send us info at hotline on 0308-255-775. If you would like to join the Ghana Grows program too, hey, I encourage you, sign up with us. You can also take advantage of our YouTube channel, where we have different learning models there for you to learn from, and also find new ways to enrich that which you already have. And therefore, until we do come your way next time with another inspiring message, or some information that you never knew existed here in GH, guess what? You are loved. You are blessed. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. We love you. Bye.